Greetings Liverpool fan, in this video you'll stay updated on the latest Liverpool FC news. But first, leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates about LFC news. Alright Liverpool fan, Liverpool have already made contact with Xabi Alonso about the job Arne Slot is really finding tough right now. And that alone says a lot. Saturday's defeat at the Vitality Stadium was just another frustrating chapter in what's been a pretty rough season for us as Reds. That late Bournemouth winner piled even more pressure on Slot. And unsurprisingly, he's taken most of the blame. Every poor result seems to reignite the manager talk, and it's been simmering away in the background for months now. This latest loss has only poured more fuel on the fire. If Liverpool do decide to move on from the Dutchman, Alonso is clearly the number one option. What will give fans encouragement is that the club's initial approach was met positively. FSG have stood by Slot so far, even though the form hasn't given us much to get excited about with nearly half the season still left. Publicly, Liverpool are sticking to the line that Slot will see out the campaign, but once we get past May, his future suddenly looks a lot less secure. A summer change feels very much on the table, with Alonso waiting in the wings. Reports from Spain suggest Alonso is very open to the idea of taking over. Apparently, his response has been positive, and while he wants a short break after his Real Madrid spell, that actually fits Liverpool's current plan perfectly. If a switch does happen in the summer, Alonso sounds more than happy to step in, and honestly, that's no shock. He has strong ties to the club and would see this as a chance to build on his Liverpool legacy. Slot could still turn things around, no doubt, but it really feels like Alonso managing Liverpool is coming. Whether it's next season or a bit further down the line, it feels like a matter of when, not if. So Reds, Harvey Elliott's loan move away from Liverpool hasn't really played out how most of us imagined, but a fresh update suggests things might finally be heading in the right direction. For the 22-year-old, Liverpool have been keeping a close eye on Elliott's situation, especially with him struggling to properly break into Aston Villa's side. For long stretches, he's barely been involved, and it's been hard to watch a player we know has quality sitting on the sidelines week after week. With the January transfer window almost shut, decisions are starting to loom over Elliott's future. There's been talk about a possible move to the MLS, but from what's been reported, that idea hasn't exactly excited him, and now, thanks to a surprise call from Unai Emery, it looks like he might not need to think about that option just yet. For the first time since October, Elliott is back in Villa's league plans. He's traveled with the squad to St James Park to face Newcastle. As Villa try to arrest a poor run of form in the Premier League, that alone is a big moment, considering how frozen out he's been for months. The news was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano, who also mentioned that Elliott hasn't opened the door to an MLS move despite interest from Charlotte FC. It's an unexpected update, but a very welcome one. Not long ago, it genuinely felt like this loan spell was fizzling out. Villa were flying at one stage and Elliott still couldn't get a look in, which didn't exactly reflect well on how things were going for him. However, with Daniel Malin heading off to Roma earlier in the window, there are now minutes up for grabs in Villa's attack. Elliott has to grab this chance with both hands if he wants to change the narrative around his season. Liverpool aren't planning to recall him early, so they'll be pleased to see him back involved and getting opportunities again. At his age, you could argue, he still deserves another crack at Anfield one day, especially given how popular he is with the fans. That said, it still feels unlikely under the current setup. Liverpool need depth out wide, more than in attacking midfield, and Arne Slot has never been convinced by Elliott as a winger. Still, if nothing else, he now has the chance to finish this loan on a far stronger note than how it started. Listen up Liverpool fan, Liverpool are reportedly making serious moves in the market, with talk that a huge offer has been put forward for a top international player, and it's someone Xabi Alonso already knows very well. If the reports are right, this could be one to keep a very close eye on. The midweek 3-0 win over Marseille felt like a proper throwback. For a change, Liverpool looked sharp, confident, and full of ideas. The game should have been done and dusted by half-time, never mind full-time. With Mo Salah back in the side, everything just clicked a bit better. There was creativity, movement, and that sense that the Reds were close to their best again. Then, as we've seen far too often this season, reality hit a few days later. Bournemouth come along and somehow nick a wild 3-2 win. Late goal again. Falling behind again. Another set piece undoing us again. It's become painfully familiar. Every time it looks like Liverpool are turning a corner, they end up right back where they started. Arne Slot's side feels stuck in a loop of promising moments followed by frustrating collapses. Slot was left explaining another tough loss, pointing out that football can be cruel, especially after fighting back from 2 goals down. He spoke about periods of control and playing through the opposition. But control doesn't mean much when mistakes keep costing points. With only 5 wins in his last 18 league matches, it's no surprise that questions are starting to swirl around his future. That's where Xabi Alonso enters the picture again. With Alonso now available and reportedly open to the Liverpool job if it comes up in the summer, the speculation is only growing, and interestingly, that links directly to Liverpool's reported transfer plans. According to reports coming out of Spain, Liverpool have made a massive offer, potentially up to £87 million, for Aurelien Tchouaméni. If that move ever happens, it wouldn't be a shock to see Alonso involved. Welcoming a player he knows and trusts, Tchouaméni is already a Champions League winner, a regular international, and at 25, he's right in his prime. Alonso has previously spoken highly of him, praising his intelligence and ability to read the game, whether stepping into midfield or dropping deeper to help the defense. That kind of tactical awareness is exactly what Liverpool are crying out for right now. This team needs structure, balance, and someone who can dictate games from the middle. With Liverpool set to lose their crown and still searching for answers, spending big in the summer feels inevitable. And if they're serious about resetting the team and backing the next manager, a move for Tchouaméni could be a massive statement of intent. This is the Liverpool FC News Fan channel and I'll stop here. If you liked it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. A big hug and see you in the next video.